In a small village in Provence, France, residents have gathered to give thanks. While they sing and pray to Saint Anthony, these church members are praying for something different, a good truffle harvest. At the annual Truffle Mass, the collection plate is filling up, and not just with cash. In Richerange, truffles are sometimes called black diamonds. At a price of up to $1,000 per pound, they're one of the world's most expensive foods. The name Richerange means rich earth, appropriate for this village. Half of France's black truffles are transported through the town's market, up to $180,000 worth a day. They're all looking for truffles, and not just anyone will do either.
It's a most important market of truffle in France, so if you want to buy some truffle, you have to be in Richerange to buy something. So for the sellers, it's the same thing. If they want to sell well, they have to come to Richerange.
Provence generally brings to mind summer holidays, lazy afternoons, and ancient customs. In winter, though, the small town's pace speeds up considerably. Many of the region's farmers also work as truffle hunters. Most of the business is done discreetly from the backs of the brokers' cars. One small bag of truffles is worth hundreds of $, so the trade is certainly lucrative.
I do think they buy apartment and so on the Riviera with this money. I know that.
The buying and selling of truffles is mainly a cash business. It's usually under the table. This means that the brokers often don't pay any taxes on the money they earn, and neither do the hunters. Most people presume that truffles are only an expensive luxury for the rich. However, ordinary people who cook at home often spend money on them too. France's gourmet food companies also buy truffles from the brokers and export them to restaurants in the US, Japan, and elsewhere. The demand is high, but unfortunately, the supply is decreasing.
Today, if you find 100 tons, it's a very good production. In fact, most of the time, it's more like 20, 30, or 50 tons compared to 1,100 years ago.
The best truffles are deep black with white veins, but there are fewer and fewer of them available these days. One major reason for the decrease could be the recent changes in Provence's truffle growing environment.
Because to grow truffles, you need woods, and the woods have disappeared. And what is left is not often very well taken care of. So we're desperate for woods. That explains the lower production today.
Truffles grow underground, around tree roots. If there aren't as many trees left, there are fewer places for truffles to grow. Provence is a farm region where farmers grow lavender and grapes for the famous wines. Now only a few places remain that allow truffle growth. Truffle hunter Joel Bartholomew is looking for those places with the help of his yellow Labrador Jade. Jade is a trained sniffer dog. All dogs have sensitive noses, but sniffer dogs are exceptional. However, there are other factors involved.
The dog has to pay attention, and he has to love his master. You can do all the training you want, but the dog has to want to please his master.
Jade seems to have the capacity for both of these requirements. She's found something and gets a treat for her effort. As the two hunters continue their search for truffles, it seems that for today at least, there's no truffle shortage here. Perhaps Saint Anthony has listened to the truffle hunters' prayers after all.